I moved to San Francisco from New York when I was in my late 20s, and soon embarked on a new and lucrative career selling bonds to banks and trust departments. In 1986, I bought a house in Marin County with a splendid view of the bay. It was a one-story with 4 bedrooms on Greenbrae Ridge, not far above Highway 101, and close to Sir Francis Drake Boulevard. 10 years later, one Saturday morning, I was chatting with my friend and neighbor Steve, who lived with his family and his mother-in-law just 3 houses away. I mentioned how the water that always trickled out alongside my driveway had developed an oily sheen and jokingly added, "I'll bet when Sir Francis Drake was here, they were burying a treasure, and they forgot to take out an oil lamp, and now it's starting to leak." Steve surprised me by saying, "Nope, but you're closer than you think. The treasure of Sir Francis Drake is buried under my house." Steve explained how in the mid-1970s, his mother-in-law was visited several times by a UC Berkeley professor who told her that in 1936, Drake's famous plate of brass had been discovered right where her house was built in the mid-1950s. The professor asked her each time if he could go under the house with a metal detector to see what else he could find, but she wouldn't let him. Hearing this story aroused my curiosity, so I talked to other neighbors to see what they could tell me about Drake and the alleged treasure. They made clear to me why Drake was such a big deal in Marin County, and why so many places are named for him. Over the course of the next year, I found myself thinking more and more about Drake and his treasure. In the spring of 2000, I launched my quest to determine where Drake landed, where he buried his treasure, and whether Drake's plate of brass was truly an artifact or just a prop used in a hoax. For over 400 years, there has been speculation about the contents of the greatest buried treasure of all time. Here are just a few of the things I found on this adventure. A 272-pound stone buried beneath my front walkway with the image of a Mayan warrior on it. The Emerald Goddess of Peru, a missing artifact last seen in the 1500s. A broken Aztec stone relief made of alabaster and identified by an expert as coming from an Aztec temple between 1500 and 1550. A gold-covered rock recovered 25 feet below ground. A giant emerald found just below the gold rock. A creepy image of a ghost found in the wall of the treasure cavern. This is how much research it took to resolve the unanswered questions about Drake's landing site, the location of the lost harbor, and where Drake buried the emerald treasure in 1579 when he claimed Nova Albion for Queen Elizabeth I of England. Both the paperback and ebook versions contain 100 pictures that keep you in the action all the way through. This book will be adapted and released as a multi-episode series for television. Copies are available in paperback or ebook for Kindle or audiobook on Audible, so visit www.nova-albion.com or amazon.com. Whatever format you choose, you'll love it.